my first YouTube live guitar lesson, and I'm Nischay from Parekh and Singh. I play guitar, and I'm gonna teach you guys a few of our songs. So just let me know in the chat, guys, if you can hear and see me. I've got my phone here. Yeah, right. Can't hear. All right. So hopefully, hopefully this is better. Is this any better? Hopefully this is better. Is this any better? Yeah. All right. Cool. So I'll just come closer to the mic and I'll give you guys a little more volume here. So obviously, it's more important that you guys can see me and hear just about enough now. I'm guessing most of you guys are here because you're guitar players yourselves. And that you're interested in learning a few songs from our repertoire. So today we're gonna try and cover 3 songs depending on how this is going. I've never done this before, so this is a new experience for me, just like for you guys, I'm guessing. So we're gonna start with a song that was requested quite heavily when we made this Instagram post about the lesson. We're gonna start with Ghost. So yeah, we're gonna start with Ghost, and so if you go to the description of this video, I've actually put up a file which is a PDF of all the chords and like the stuff that I'm gonna discuss now. So if you're really interested, you could download that and have that for reference whenever you feel like playing some of our songs that we're gonna play and learn today. So the first one we're gonna do is Ghost, and it's a pretty simple song. I wrote it when I was quite young, and I wasn't as knowledgeable or interested a guitar player when I wrote this song. So I was just kind of like messing around and putting my finger on the frets that I thought sounded good, and it was actually one of the first songs I ever learned to play with a capo. We start Ghost with a capo. If you own a capo, that would be great. If you don't, just imagine that all of this is starting, with the 0 fret. So you can just play, all of these shapes like right here. But the song itself has a capo, which is this guy here, and you put it on the 3rd fret. We get straight into it. So the verse is starting in this position, which is an E flat major 6th. Now I don't want to get too technical and bore you guys, but you'll see a lot of these major 6th, minor 7th type things, and they're really easy. It's just whenever there's a 6 or 7, it's just the 6th note in the scale of that chord, which is added to the chord. So it's not that important for now. If you just want to play the song, you can just follow along visually. And honestly, when I wrote the song, I didn't know the names of the chords that I know now. So it's totally okay if you don't know the names of the chords. It's just more important that you hear them and visualize them. Okay, so the first position is on the 5th fret the 5th string on the 6th fret, which is right here. That's that note there, which is an E flat note, and that's the first note of the song. And the second one is on the 3rd string on the 5th fret, which is a C note, incidentally. So what you get when you put that together, so you're using the 5th string and the 3rd string. So 5th string 6th fret and 3rd string 5th fret, and what you get is this skipping type of dual note thing, which is, and this position basically runs throughout the song, because the next one is you just take it up to the B flat position, which is, so now instead of the 5th and 3rd strings, you just move this whole thing up to the 6th and 4th strings. So you have E flat major 6th, B flat major 6th. And now this is an interesting one. I'll just cut back straight to the chords here. And as you can see, there's E flat major 6th, which we just learned. That's B flat major 6th. So the third one in the verse, which is the plucked pattern for the verses on Ghost, is C minor, and I've put a star or a special symbol next to it. Now that basically means it's not really C minor. For simplistic understanding, you can view it as C minor, but essentially it's an inversion, which means it's actually an A flat major chord with C, but that's not so important. What's important is the shape. So the shape is 8th fret on the E string, the low E string, the 6th string, and 6th fret on the 4th string, which is the D string. So again, you have the same plucking pattern. And then back to the B flat major 6th. So to put it all together, you have, sometimes I get much closer than I intend. The other times I just like to sit out on a fence. And that's basically the verse. E flat major 6th with this skipping pattern. And sometimes, you know, with the capo and with these chords, what I like to do sometimes is just mess around. Sometimes when I'm playing it alone or with an acoustic guitar for like a concert, I'll just go like, just pluck all the open strings. So that's the verse, guys, pretty much. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that's understandable. If you're getting it, if you want me to go a little slower, just let me know in the comments. I think that's a pretty simplistic approach to playing the song, because I also wrote it without knowing all of this theory, all of this E flat major 6 business. I just kind of you know, played what sounded good to me in the moment. Cool. So yeah, all right, so carrying on, I guess you have your guitars with you and you're like following along, which is nice. So B flat major 6th. So just to recap, it's this shape here, so, and then same shape, just on a lower set of strings, and the same set of strings now, 6th string 8th fret, 4th string 6th fret, and B flat major 6. So that's the verse of Ghost, guys. You just, if you follow along with the song, you know, whenever the verse is, sometimes I get much closer than I intend, blah blah blah, and then we move to after the intro and the verse, which is the same, we move to the chorus. Now I've put same as above because it's the same like shapes. So if you just strum these, you will get the sound of the chorus. So it's partially a ghost. So that's all you do. Don't you get too close. So instead of picking it, now you just strum it. And what I like to do sometimes, instead of this shape on the first one, I just play a full C major shape. So instead of this shape, I just play like a C chord shape, which is E flat in this case because of the capo. And I put the low G string, low E string, which is a G note without the capo, but with the capo it's B flat. So I go play around with it, because sometimes instead of this here, I play it as an open shape here. So that's this is a nice shape as well. It's so the A string is open, then you have 6th fret 4th string, the 3rd string, which is the G string, is open, and then you have this note here, which is on the B string, which is the 4th fret. So you have the C shape for the chorus, and then this shape is just a substitution for this guy right here. So you see, it's kind of the same, it's just a little bit more open, and that's stuff that I like to do. You know, I just experiment with where I'm putting my fingers on the guitar. Obviously knowing the theory helps, but I feel that that's like an in-depth conversation and lesson structure for a different setting. And this is more just about, you know, just playing the songs, playing along to the songs and feeling good about that. So partially a ghost, don't you get too close. All right, cool. So that's the chorus. I'll show you the chords again. As you can see, so all of this stuff, this file, this red file that you're seeing with the chords, you can download this document from the description of this video. I uploaded that for you guys. And yeah, and depending on how this goes, I think we're just gonna do like 3 songs, because I've just prepared 3 with the document today. And if you guys really like this and you'd like to learn more songs, just leave me some comments. Let me know which songs you want to do, and yeah, I'll do another tutorial, prepare some more songs, and maybe we can do it tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow, or maybe even next week sometime. So cool. Carrying on, we have the verse, which we learned. Sometimes I get much closer than I intend. Other times I just like to sit out on a fence. And then after the verse is the chorus, which we also did. Partially a ghost. And then it goes into the verse again, a second verse, which is the same shapes as the first verse. Cool. And then we go into another chorus, which is again the C shape, then this shape, except with strumming instead of picking, and then this little shape, or this one, bonus shape, if you guys are interested. And then after the second chorus, we come into the bridge, which is listed as A flat major 7th. So in this case, it's like an F shape with the capo on the 3rd fret. So, but I like to play it as an F major 7th, and in this case A flat major 7th, because of the chord, which is based relative to the capo. And guys, if you're struggling a little bit with the note names, that's cool. It's not easy to keep up with all the note names, and I know it's not easy to know all the names of the notes on the guitar and what note lies where, but if you are interested in playing guitar, I would recommend that you just like map out notes on the fretboard and kind of figure out which note is called what, and it'll help you, you know, read more about all the chords that you read about online, and understand more about music theory, and it'll probably, you know, make it a more fun experience to play guitar. Okay, so enough of that. We have A flat major 7th, which is this shape here. So I play. You can play it on the recording. I don't remember what I played, but I think I just played it like as a straight F. But lately live, I've been playing it as a major 7th. So that's basically this. So I put my thumb on the E string 4th fret to give me an A flat note, and then I have the 6th fret for the next 2 strings, and then I have the 5th fret for the 3rd string, the 4th fret again for the 2nd string, and I leave this open. So it gives me this shape. with the low A flat. So, and then I play a D minor shape, E minor. So let's slow it down once again. A flat major 7th. So in this case, this is a D minor shape, but actually it's the F minor chord. And again, this is all relative to the capo. If you don't have a capo, you can just play this as a D minor. So let's assume there's no capo now. So F sharp major, D minor, straight D minor, no 7ths, no 6ths, just D minor triad, E minor, which might be one of the first chords that you guys learn. It's also a chord which is in many iconic songs like Zombie and Boulevard of Broken Dreams, etc., etc. So, change my life just upon a whim. Jump into the ocean, learn to swim. 2, 3, 4. Conquer summer, winter, all the seasons. So you saw me counting there. It's interesting because this is the first time in the song that there are 2 chords in one bar. So when I'm talking about a bar, I just mean like one measure of music. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So each of these chords so far for the verse and the chorus has been 1 chord per measure. But now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this D minor and E minor shape are both coming in the same bar. That's why it gives it a different rhythm. So change my life just upon a whim. Jump into the ocean, learn to swim. Conquer summer, winter, all the seasons. I guess that might be the reason. That's the bridge, basically. So let's see how you guys are doing in the comments. Cool. All right, so some of you guys are asking is whether I'll be saving this. Not sure. I might save this if you think that this will help. I could save the stream. I'm definitely not opposed to it. But as you know, our YouTube channel has like a lot of like produced music videos, etc. So I'm not sure how this will work, but you know what the heck, I'm gonna save it. You guys can come watch it back. All right, so that's your bridge, and the next part of the song is the outro. So that's the end of the song, you know, that's that epic part where I go into the falsetto yeah, it's like the emotional part of the song. So guess that might be the reason. I guess that might be the reason. So that's the end of the bridge, and then we have that I am. So back to this guy again. This G type shape, you know, 6th string, 6th fret, and 4th string, 5th fret. That I, and then this C minor mysterious guy again. So I'm partially a ghost. You know, this is one of those classic like progressions, I'm sure. It's like basically F major, G major, E minor, A minor. In this case, it's actually an F major 7th with A in the bass, but you could get away with just playing A minor there. Again, you know, there's no like hard and fast rules to how you interpret pop music. I'm not one of those like purists who says, oh, that needs to be exactly that chord or that shape. Sometimes I don't play this shape, you know. When I'm playing the song live, I just go, I'll just play like a different shape, like like a A minor 9th or A minor 7th, you know. So it really depends on, I'm in love with harmony and chords, so, and I feel like each chord has a different flavor, so it just depends on what flavor you're feeling. So you know, you can play with it now that you know the basic shapes. You can express your own creativity and, you know, explore different flavors of these chords. And it just comes from, you know, just moving your fingers around, you know, adding things, just seeing, okay, this sounds good, how does this sound, how does that sound, does this sound better than this, there's a whole world of possibilities when it comes to harmony and chords. Cool. So just to recap, I'm just gonna play little sections of each part of the song, and then we move on to the next song. So the verse starts in this position and it goes like this. Sometimes I get much closer than I intend. That's the verse, and it repeats for each lyric. I have a feeling that you guys probably know all the lyrics of the song, so you will be able to count how many times this goes. And then the chorus is anything you like it to be, you know? Move your fingers around, have different shapes. And then we come to a second verse, which is the same as the first. And that's a basic formula for a lot of pop music. It is, at least for a lot of our songs. So, you know, you could definitely play a lot of our songs if you know this formula. And then the second chorus, same as the first chorus. With this two chords in one measure business, just like adds a little bit more you know, activity, like it's momentum, like each chord is leading into the next. And then the outro, and that's how you end the song. You just like play this for as long as you feel like and do some falsetto. And yeah, just bask in the emotion of Ghost until you feel ready to finish. And usually I finish on this first thing that we started with. So I love you way more than you know. That's why I'm a ghost, a ghost, a ghost. You end where you started. All right. So that was Ghost. So let me know, guys, if there's any questions that you have. If there's something else that you'd want me to know. Tips for bar chords. Okay, so if you want to improve your bar chords, well, you may have noticed that there are no bar chords in this song, in a sense. I mean, I play this sometimes, but you can do this. But it's just about strengthening your you know, your first finger. So I would say, you know, just do this thing. Put your finger on each fret and just strum all the strings. And the more smooth you can make the sound, that means the stronger your first finger is getting. So you're going, and you can also like play some fake jazzy vibes doing this. Alright, I don't even know how to show off on the guitar. I'm not really a very good guitar player, so excuse me while I fake even the showing off. Cool. So the next song that we shall attempt is a song called Ocean, and I'm gonna play the Dream Levels version. Though with these same chords, they're all you know, you can play them without a capo with the same like chord names. So the Dream Levels version of Ocean, if you guys haven't checked it out, you can check it out on all streaming platforms, and we're actually going to make a music video for that soon, which is super special, and we're excited about that. So the music for Ocean is, originally the guitar music was written without a capo, but the Dream Levels one had a capo. So from the 3rd fret, now we're on the 4th fret. right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, capo. And this one is in fact simpler than the first one, because we have essentially what it is G, C, and of course it's B major and E major 7 because of the capo. So it starts with a little plucking thing that I do on the dream levels. You guys can strum it if you don't feel like plucking the strings or picking them, but it kind of starts like this with like this G shape, and I play it like a baby G. So no, you can even play it like with just that or without anything at the bottom, just baby G. So that's in this case B major, which is the 7th fret on the 6th string and the 6th fret on the 5th string, and the rest open. So sail the ocean blue. So the next one, again, like Ghost went up in strings, this just goes down. So from the 6th and 5th set of strings, we go to the 5th and 4th, and it's C, but I remove the B string, the 2nd string, and so it becomes a C major 7th, which is a nice sound that I like. It's kind of like, there you go, C major 7th. So the verse collating it is just these two chords, and it goes like this. Sail the ocean blue, still in love with you. Yeah, sometimes, see, I just like mess around with where I put the notes, as long as it sounds good. I'd like to open my heart. And you guys can do the same, you know, experiment. All these kind of hammer-ons and pull-offs. So it's actually a funny story, because when I was first learning to play the guitar, I would listen to all these solos which had all these like fast hammer-ons and pull-offs, and I could never do them. So I usually ended up doing a slow one. So I have a lot of slow hammer-ons and pull-offs in my guitar style. It's very languid, it's very relaxed, guys. Okay, I don't need to do all the fast stuff, which is just an excuse for me not being able to do the fast stuff. All right, back to the ocean guitar tutorial. Slow hammer-ons. There you go. Emotions, guys. It's all about the emotion. And again, you know, sometimes even if you don't know what the note name is, it's okay. You can figure those out later. In the moment, I think it's just more fun and important to make a sound that you know, engages you, and if you're playing to an audience, engages the audience. Because I know a lot of musicians and guitar players. One of my favorites is Leslie Feist, who's actually known to be a singer and songwriter, but she's a great guitar player, and I don't think that she necessarily thinks about chord names or harmony or like theory as such. Of course, it helps if you know it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't know it again, but even if you don't, use your ears and use your eyes, and you can figure this stuff out. So the verse is just this: baby G and baby C, which is actually not baby C, it's E major 7th, in this case C major 7th with the capo. So that's the verse. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's a soothing sound, you know. It's just like these open sounds are always very relaxing for me to play and to listen to. And even though it's like one of the simplest and most obvious things you can play on the guitar, it just works every time, you know. It's timeless. So coming back to the chords, that's the verse. Sail the ocean blue, still in love with you. And then you have the chorus, which is my favorite part of the song. Usually it's everyone's favorite part of every song. It's the C sharp minor. So in this case, it's just an A minor shape, which is 4th string, 6th fret, 3rd string, 6th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, and open at the bottom, and at the top you have just the open 5th string. So there are things that I would never say or do. So yeah, I did a little sus thing there. So it's basically a D shape. So imagine a D shape, but in relation to the capo, it's gonna be an F sharp chord and not a D chord. So the tabs, though I don't really use tabs, so I'm a little slow, just telling you what they are, but it's the 6th fret on the 3rd string, the 7th fret on the 2nd string, and the 6th fret on the 1st string. That's your D. But so the F sharp sus4 is, instead of this note you have, so the shape you have instead of this is, so instead of the 6th fret on the 1st string, you have the 7th fret, so it sounds like this suspended thing. So there are things that and then it goes back to the D, and I do a little embellishment, just little guitar moves that I think everyone develops based on their own personal guitar playing style. I don't think I should be teaching you necessarily any embellishments. You guys just can come up with those on your own. So there are things that I would never say or do. Again, just moving my fingers around. And yeah, I mean, it is important to know what chord you're getting when you're moving your fingers around. That'll just help. Because then I can do that every time in any position. So I know for a fact that, this is just A minor, but if I do this, it's A minor 7th or C sharp minor 7th because of the capo. So I know that wherever I go, if I even go here, sorry, that's the same. So all those theory things just come with practice and with more research and knowledge. But for the time being, all you need to do is to not use your fingers and use a plectrum, which I do sometimes, you can just go things that make me wanna stick to you like glue. And then you go back to the verse, which is again baby G and baby C. All we do is move. So that's the verse and the chorus, and essentially you can play most of the song like that. Yeah, cool. So someone is asking, if you give us the chords with respect to the capo, that would have been more easy for us to understand. I mean, we can easily find out the original ones by transposing. Correct, that's true. I think I will, that's why I kind of, explaining them with relation to the capo in the video. But if you were to play it without, I kind of want it to be, democratic in the sense that, suppose you didn't have a capo, you could still play it with B, if you just knew the chord. Sally Ocean Blue, which I do sometimes, without the capo. Still in love with you. I like to open my heart. So just take the capo as an option, guys. If you don't have a capo, you can still play the songs with the information. Because even with Ocean, I didn't have a capo when I was writing it. So I'm going to continue without it. So the chorus after the verse is, there are things that I never say or do. So that's your F sharp sus shape without a capo. So it's just like basically an F sharp major chord, which is a bar chord. And the F sharp sus is just, it's your F sharp except you have the B note added. And I'm also doing the dominant 7th, which is the E note. So So that's the verse and the chorus basically, and then we move to the bridge. So the bridge is D sharp minor, which is a bar chord. It's this shape, you know, that you have for B minor, you have it for D minor. It's just D sharp minor. So you're barring the 6th fret and you have this shape. Oh, we said before. So it's just D sharp minor, C sharp minor. Oh, we said before. Feelings left at the door. So this goes on. I'll come back for them later. And just on this last line, so the 4th line of the chorus, of the bridge both times. Write it on a little piece of paper. So this is an interesting chord. So D sharp minor, C sharp minor, D sharp minor, C sharp minor, D major 7th. Let's have a little poke around that chord. You're barring the 5th fret and you have D, you have A, which is the 7th fret of the 4th string, C sharp, which is the 6th fret of the 3rd string, F sharp, which is the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and again with bar it's just, and it's a beautiful shape. It's one of my favorites. A major 7th shape in this position. You can D sharp major, D major 7th. So oh, we said before, feelings left at the door. I'll come back for them later. Write it on a little piece of paper. And then you go back into the verse. B, sail the ocean blue, E major. So this is another shape that I play often. It's an open E major 7th chord, and with open I mean you have an open E, then you have an E note here, which is the octave. So that's 7th fret, 5th string, 9th fret, 4th string, 8th fret, 3rd string, and the rest is open. So you get this nice open sound, which is nice open E major 7th sound, along with the 5th, which is B and the top. So you can even play the B like that, you know, just the B shape here, but the E string, B and G, the E and B string open. This is also, you know, I think I learned this shape from listening to Yellow by Coldplay. That was one of the first times. I've seen Chris Martin use this shape a lot, and a lot of you know, British singer-songwriters over the years, the modern ones, favor these open suspended shapes. So this is a nice place to use it. Sail the ocean blue. So see, even like sometimes play E, you can just like remove your finger off the E string, and then you have like a version of the E chord. So you know, Ocean is one of those like easy songs, because you can really like find your own shapes across the fretboard. And I think it's a good song to learn. You learn a lot about the B major scale, because you know, there's all the notes almost, at least the first 4 or 5 notes of the B major scale are, you know, embedded in the chords and stuff. So you can really just have fun with Ocean and like move your fingers around and then have different shapes. I played this shape, which is slightly sophisticated, but it's essentially the E major open shape that I showed you, the E major 7th, with the C sharp, which is the 9th fret on the E string on the top there. And that's the song, guys. The verse is 2 chords, B and E. The chorus is 2 chords, essentially, C sharp minor. And for simplified, even if you don't want to play the sus, though it gives it a nice lift, you can just play C sharp minor and F sharp major. So there are things that I would never say or do. There are things that make me wanna stick to you like glue. And then you go back to the verse, which is just B and E, and then again the chorus, and the bridge is the only one that has section that has four, you know, more than two chords. So D sharp minor and C sharp minor, and then the tasty D major 7 and back to the F sharp, and that's Ocean, guys. Great. I think we're moving along quite well, and I thought that this would be unwieldy and I take a lot of time to explain stuff, but this is cool. All right, so someone is asking some tips on singing along with songs. That's a good one, because I just started singing and playing sort of together at the same time. I didn't really have, you know, a difference in my mind about, okay, this is guitar playing and this is singing. So I would just be like, sail the ocean blue. I didn't even know, like, I just kind of wanted both things to sound as one instrument. So I think the best thing I could give you as a tip on that is just keep doing it. Just practice. Just like get used to the sound of your voice with a guitar. I know that sounds like an easy and like not specific thing, but once you're used to that sound, you kind of know that, okay, this is how my voice, these are the notes that's working, this is where I should be playing my shapes, and, you know, sing high when I play low, and sometimes vice versa. So yeah, just keep doing it. Those two instruments like go well with each other, voice and acoustic guitar. So you know. All right, cool. So yeah, some people are asking some pretty in-depth questions about production and stuff, and that's a good question. We're definitely gonna hopefully do another, maybe we'll do some more like production in-depth module course type things, and where we'll answer some of those questions. But for now, we can just keep strumming our guitars, and for I Love You Baby, I Love You Doll. So those are the chords up there. Again, the major 6th, that's one of my favorite chords. So this one is a super simple song. It's probably the simplest one. You start with a basic E major shape here, which is 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 1st fret. The rest is all open. So, and for the major 6th, you just add this 2nd string, 2nd fret with your pinky. That's a C sharp note, which is the 6th note of an E major scale. So you go like, Monday comes slowly. Again, it's like a little vamp. So, and I usually employ this strumming pattern, which is I'm gonna get the screen out of the way so that you can see, hopefully. So it's like, Monday comes slowly. And I'm not really specific about which notes I'm picking. I'm just like cha ta ta da cha cha ka ka ta. And yeah, I'll show you. So the first chord is Monday comes slowly, I feel a bit out of touch with. The second chord is an A7th, an A dominant 7th, not a major 7th in this case. And I'm pretty. Sometimes I hear people, you know, using those two interchangeably, and it kind of upsets me, but that's my problem. So an A dominant 7th. Monday comes slowly, I feel good. So this shape is pretty simple, and the second one is, so the open A string, the open 5th string, E, that's the 2nd fret on the 4th string, an open G string, and again this 2nd fret 2nd string, and again I just do, with all this daily heartache it hurts me. So I just do this little vamp, like on the E string I was doing, now I'm just doing, so 2nd to 3rd fret on the 2nd string. So Monday comes slowly, I feel a bit out of touch with all this daily heartache, it hurts me so much. And guys, I know my fingers are like a little long, and you know, they're very like slinky, so it's a little tough sometimes to see what I'm playing. This kind of looks like a D probably, but trust me, I'm playing like A7th with the sus note, which is the D. So Monday comes slowly, I feel a bit out of touch with all this daily heartache. It hurts me so much. Well, I cannot help it if I'm hard to love. There's things that you will never know. I don't like acting rough. And that's the verse pretty much. Just those two chords. Again, just noodling around, finding notes that work with the chord. In this case, F sharp, G, they all work with A7. And then we move into the chorus, which I'm gonna bring up here. So the chorus is G sharp minor, which is barring the 4th fret. You have just this shape, which is again like essentially an E minor shape except here. F sharp minor. So I love you, baby. A minor, which I'm assuming most of you guys know how to play. It's probably after C major and G major. It's a famous chord. It should have its own Instagram. It probably has millions of Instagram followers. This is a popular chord. And I love you, dog. E major. So 4 chords. I love you, baby, and I love you, dog. Pretty easy, And again, it's 2 chords per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you, baby, and I love you, dog. G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E major. Plain, no 7ths, no 11ths, no 6ths, no 13ths, no 64ths. It's all very, very simple. So you have the verse down, you have the chorus. Cool. Barely think your voice needs any audio processing. Cool. So yeah, would love to see another session where you break down the recording process, or maybe a logic breakdown. Yeah, we're definitely this is the first sort of educational YouTube live that I've done. So I just want to test how this goes, and based on how everyone feels about it, I'll definitely do more stuff where I talk more about production, sound, synthesizers, some of the recording and mixing process. All of that will definitely be in store for the future. Just keep telling us what you like on our social media here, on comments on Instagram, and we're definitely game to do anything and everything that interests you guys, because chances are it interests us as well. So there's a question about, is it mandatory to play with a pick? No, of course not. I'm gonna throw it away right now. I'm gonna play with fingers. So the verse. In fact, now you've got 5 picks. Each pick is a finger. I live slowly, I feel a bit out of touch with all this daily heartache. It hurts me so much. I cannot help it if I'm hard to love. There's things that you will never know. I don't like acting tough. That's the verse. And then the chorus. G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E major. I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. Times they get tough, but my heart won't change at all. I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. That's your basic verse and chorus for the song. Let's look at the bridge, because that's the 3rd section. Again, all our songs kind of follow the same recipe: verse, chorus, usually, and then a bridge, and then a verse or a chorus again. And that's pretty standard recipe for a lot of pop music. A lot of most songs that you would have heard probably follow that recipe. The bridge on this song has a dominant 7th chord again. So remember, we had A 7th in the verses. Now we have B dominant 7th. So that's 5th string 2nd fret, 4th string first fret, third string, second fret, and the rest is open, and you keep the top string muted, or you just put an F sharp on, but usually you can just keep it muted. So it's too hard to stay awake. So I'm saying E major 7th, which is a slightly complicated shape to play, but you can just as easily play an E major, you know. So it's too hard, and I think on the recording I played an E major. I'm just trying to be fancy now. To stay away. Yeah, it works kind of, you know, better. This needs to be a simple, sweet song. So I'll just dream away my days. Just messing around with the bass notes there. And I'm not the kind of guy. So now we have C sharp dominant 7. This is the only sort of complicated chord in this whole scheme of things. So you have, barring the 4th fret again, except you have, starting from here, the fifth string, 4th string 6th fret, 3rd string 4th fret, 2nd string 6th fret, and just the bar again, the 4th fret on the 1st string. So you can also play it like this, which is a different voicing, but I play it like this on the song. It's too hard. So it's too hard to stay awake. Here is just these two chords. So I'll just dream away my days. And then we have, but I'm not the kind of guy that you fall in love with, the C sharp dominant 7th chord. Then we have F sharp minor 7. Now this is where minor 7th really is worth it and valuable, guys. So an F sharp minor 7th is a really easy chord to play. You just have to put the bar on the 2nd fret, and you have just the 4th fret on the 5th string, and the rest is all open. And if you want, for extra points, you can put your pinky on the 4th fret of the E string. So you have an F sharp minor 9th instead. But you can just do F sharp minor 7. So, well, I'm not the kind of guy that you fall in love with. I'm not the kind of guy that you share your heart with. F sharp minor 7, minor 9. And I'll just smile and back to the B7 you would say. And back to the chorus. I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. So to recap, for the bridge, we have, it's too hard, B7, B dominant 7, to stay awake, E major, straight E major. So I'll just B7 again, dream away my days, E major. Now we go to C sharp dominant 7. Well, I'm not the kind of guy that you fall in love with, F sharp minor 7. I'm not the kind of guy that you share your heart with. Back to B7. I'll just smile at you and say. Then you end with the chorus, which is G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E major. So I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. Times they get tough, but my heart won't change at all. Well, I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. And that's all the chords you need, guys, for I love you, baby, I love you, doll. That's the verse, E major 6th, A 7th, with all this little finger embellishment going on. That's all the verses. The chorus is G sharp minor, F sharp minor, A minor, E major, and the bridge is B7, E major, E7, E major, C sharp dominant 7th, F sharp minor 7th, and back to the chorus. I love you, baby, and I love you, doll. Alright, so that was 3 songs, guys. Ghost, Ocean, and I Love You, Baby, I Love You, Doll. I'm really happy that you guys joined the stream, and asked some questions, and yeah, got some, hopefully got some good knowledge and information from this session. Now in the future, hopefully we'll do more guitar tutorials for sure. If you want to learn some more specific songs, let us know in the comments below. And if you'd like some different kind of tutorials, let's say a production tutorial, we can definitely look into that as well. Maybe a breakdown of some of our production, some of our mixing, and maybe even a drum lesson from Juvraj. I'm sure that there's some drummers out there who want to know what he's up to on the drums, and maybe his approach to how he mics the drums, how he produces, etc., etc. But all of that is something we can plan for the future. For now, please leave us a comment if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, share it with your friends and family, and ask them if they have some interesting requests for what you'd like to see us do in terms of some more educational resources. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys very soon.